Reese, back with a video. Again, it's been a while. I feel like a broken record there. But I had just a great time at the Philly show this past weekend. Really wanted to share the experience, what I picked up. Super excited about. So I thought I'd jump on, take you through what I picked up. Hopefully, get the ball rolling on making some more videos and take it from there, right? So I went to the Philly show Friday and Saturday. Friday, I went from 1 to about 6:30 or so. 1 o'clock is the sneak peek, like from 1 to 3, which was great. For a collector, it's great. You can not busy, look around. Tables are open. Really easy to look at everything. It picks up at 3 o'clock a bit, but it was nothing like Saturday. Saturday was busy. Hard to get at tables and such. Again, they do so much more on Saturday with signings and stuff, but had a great time. My main goal, well, I had two cards at the very top of my list that I was ready to buy if I could find what I wanted. One was either a 52 Bowman Maze or a T206 Mathewson Dark Cap. And I'm just going to start with that. What I picked up as my biggest card. We'll go from there. But this was my really, exciting purchase from the show. Huge card in my collection. A big card for me. Absolutely. And I just want to say thank you so much to B. Roth, Brian. Got to chat with him a little bit and told him what I was looking for and told him I had found one that I was going to buy, and then I just walked away to think about it and look for others, but really love this card. And he just graciously asked or offered to look at VCP, and he said, "Hey, I'll go over and look at the card with you," and he did that. So, man, Brian, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. First of all, from your booth, and just being so gracious with your time and your expertise, really. Just fantastic. Can't thank you enough. Definitely will never forget that. So this is my Mathewson T206 Dark Cap that I picked up. I got to compare this to a few others that the guy had there. So I had looked at quite a few, but this particular seller had three in different grades. So it was really nice to compare all three together, look at the color, the registration. And for these older cards, I mean, I can't be too picky, right? I'm not going to get a high grade where everything's perfect. But for these, I love the color and the registration first. And then, my eyes go out to the centering. But so the centering is a little off on this one. That is okay with me. I am just so happy to have this card in the collection, and we'll have it for a long time. So again, thank you, Brian. This is my big pickup of the show. Very excited to show everybody and share it with everyone and to add it to the PC. By the way, just a Piedmont back. Nothing fancy there, but just love the coloring and everything on that. Nice and clear. Again, I picked the dark cap because I just like the NY on the sleeve, the glove, everything about it. So that's my biggest pickup. I did look for 52 Roman Maze. Didn't find any that met kind of my criteria, what I was looking for, my grade. The ones that I really liked were too high of a grade for my budget. But anyway, this. I am just so glad to have this. I won't believe it anymore. I could stare at that all day. This next one I actually picked up from Brian at his table. Just an amazing, beautiful 53. I mean, sharp. That background color. I saw it in the case. I just said, Brian, I'll take that. I didn't even really look at it too much. And he showed me the upper right hand corner. You can see it has a little, you can see the line there. But I was ready just to buy this one from him, and just a beautiful card. So that 53 can't be. And I honestly, I didn't want to say too. I should have taken a look at this. There is when Brian took it out of the case, we're looking. There is a small spot here. I can't even hardly show it to you, but there is a little wrinkle right there. You can see from far away. You can't really see it, but pointed that out. And this is a 2.5. I paid more like a 3, but again, I was happy with the price. No problems there. So Thanks again, Brian. So those first two. The next one I picked up, man, it was just so cool. Is this 51 Wheaties Ted Williams. So these are really neat cards. It's a small set. I'll actually post a picture because these came on the back of, I guess you say like single serve size Wheatie boxes. So it almost took up the whole back. And if you look at the way these are cut out, this one's an authentic. There should be some orange around it, and I'll post a picture maybe of one of those too. So with the orange around, they grade them. They have a beautiful orange border. This one was not cut out that way. It's authentic. It does have a crease in the middle. If I can show you there at the right angle, there it is. But the Ted Williams, there's a Ted Williams. There's a Musial, which is beautiful, and a Feller for the baseball players. Then there's a couple of other non-baseball. Sneed, I think Lou Jack, and I think a basketball player, but I can't remember specifically. But so just excited to find this 51 Wheaties. And also, I found a 52 that I decided to get too. Raw, kind of rough cut, but still has the blue border around it. So I picked up this 52 Berra Wheaties as well. So these are the classic ones really that I'm most familiar with the orange background and the blue border, where these, the 51s, have the orange border and just the nice white and the sketching inside. They're, I don't know, to me, I don't see them a lot, so when I saw this one, I decided to jump on it. Now this next one I did not pick up at the Philly show, but I wanted to show you. This is a 51 Wheaties premium that I have of Ashburn. These premiums are awesome. It's a 5x7, but the Berra in the 51 Wheaties is just premium, is amazing. And ironically, they have some of the 51 premiums that don't have cards, so there's some controversy about that of when these really came out. But if you look at the Campy or the Berra, the Berra is on my list of ones I would love to have. But this is a 51 Wheaties premium. So just want to show that. It kind of goes with the 51 Wheaties. This one I just picked up from a bin of vintage slabs that they had kind of reduced. This is George McQuillan. So this name jumped out to me when I was looking through that box. He was on the 1915 Phillies, the first Philly team to win a pennant. So I thought, hey, cool sporting life. I don't have a sporting life in the collection. Beautiful card. These are interesting. This is a pastel back. There's also a blue back. And there's another one of him on the reds. So then the backing, there's 3 different types of backings on these. Not all of them, not all cards. But there's a subset of the set that has actual 3 different types of backings. This is a type 1. So it's a pretty cool set. Tons of big names in there. A lot of these photos are actually used on the T206 as well. They kind of cross over. But this is a 1910-11 Sporting Life that I thought was really cool. So McQuillan was a great pitcher for the Phillies. Still holds the ERA record. So just a fun Phillies pickup there. Another quick pickup that I guess after my Hall of Fame visit, I have a lot of these guys high on my list. And when I see something of them I love, I'm going to pick them up. So I picked up this 1936 National Chickle fine pen, the Chickle gum card. Really cool, of Pie Trainer. So, one of the best third basemen. Well, the best third baseman really of his era. He played for the Pirates from, I know it was the 20s through the 30s. He was there for their championship. So, but he only played for the Pirates. So I think it was early 20s through the late 30s. This is towards the end of his career in 36. He was like a player manager, but great Pie Trainer. National Chickle. Just love that one. How to grab that. I grabbed this from a guy I always buy from who has a lot of really cool oddball and Philly stuff. I didn't have a lot to spend. He had some really cool stuff there. But I thought I'd get this Hostess panel. Really cool panel with Schmidt and Stargell. That popped out at me. So just really to have that. I don't really have a great holder for this. I guess this will do. My Card Saver 5 was too short and a little too skinny. So I'll probably stay in this for a while. But Really fun pickup there, too, for the Phillies collection and Schmidt. With Pops on there, too. Then I picked up just a couple Griffies here before I get to some more vintage, but I picked up this really cool Skybox Premium Soul of the Game. Like, I don't know if I can do this justice, but probably can. But really cool shine there. A little bit. So just thought that was really neat. Add that to the Griffey PC. At this point, I have well over 600 unique Griffies, so I'm slowly finding things that I like and really cool stuff at the show. And I found this too as well. So, mystery finest of Topps. So, just a cool Griffey card. And then I got some odds and ends from this one guy who had a bunch of Phillies and different things in vintage boxes. So, these 62 stamps. Got the Whitey Ford and Zoilo, who's actually a great player for the Twins, MVP in one season. And Whitey Ford, who I collect. My grandfather loved Whitey Ford, so picked up this stamp, which I love. And this box was was a Richie Allen. So this one, it is a little bit cut wrong, like diamond cut, I guess you say, a little bit off. But man alive, it is, spot on with, the sharpness in the corners and stuff. Just a beautiful card of Richie Allen. So future Hall of Famer, should be Hall of Famer. Here's a 61 New Cards Baseball Scoops. This is an interesting set. I don't have many from this set, but it's supposed to be a newspaper, which was obviously popular back in the 50s and stuff. But there are just some really cool Hall of Fame cards in here from the 61 set. So I don't know. Yeah, take a look at them if you're interested. There's, Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle and, Bobby Thompson, all those like great feats from really 1960 and before are kind of cataloged in this set. So I picked up this Robin Roberts, and you can see the article on the back, which is fun. And then I also picked up this Bill White as well. So these I picked up on Saturday. These last things, I just have to say, I had a great time on Saturday. I met up with Mike, bumped into Mike O first, then with Wesker Griff, and just had a blast walking around with those two. They make me laugh. I was laughing more probably than looking at cards for sure. But again, it's been a year since I've been to the Philly show for all kind of crazy reasons in my life. But I was so happy to be back and talked to B. Roth on Friday, and then Saturday walk around with Ed and Mike, and just made it so much better. So I really appreciate that, guys. Probably the best day at the Philly show, that I've had, walking around with having so much fun. And then pick up this Bryce Harper, Heart of the City, for the PC. Just love those Heart of the Cities. And then I did pick up some just PC stuff that I pick up of Notre Dame. I'll just rifle through these. The two players I love from Notre Dame are Jerome Bettis and Tim Brown, basically because that's when I used to go to some of the games with my uncle and my aunt and my grandfather and some family members from time to time. So Bettis and Tim Brown are way up there on my list. So I also collect Notre Dame players in their Notre Dame uniforms the most. If I see them, I just pick them up. But I got these two Bettis in his Notre Dame uniform. Just some really cool shine for my Bettis collection. And again, I don't show a lot of football cards here because I don't have a big football collection, but I do collect Notre Dame and Notre Dame players and Bettis and Tim Brown. This one is just awesome. It's Upper Deck, Black Diamond. I mean, just love that. These were in $1 box. Some of them are less than that, actually. Another Bettis. Just some Bettis cards. I know it's not my typical stuff, but other things I collect. And then these two are just because they're in Notre Dame uniform. Wide receiver Miles Boykin, who is really good at Notre Dame. Big, tall, physical receiver. And Ian Book, who actually had a stint. I don't even know if he's still on the Eagles, but he was been around. But yeah, that's my Philly show wrap. Again, Man, a great time. Great time walking around with friends and talking to people. I want to thank everyone again, Brian and Mike and Ed, for the great days. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Be good.